Yo, what is going on, guys? SMH, Super Mario Hoops, back with some more hoops. As today, I'm going through the 20, no. I'm on really 2K18, but 2K19 really needs to add the feature back of bringing custom rosters to playoff mode on my league. So, today we're going through the 1975 NBA playoffs. Now, I don't know if most of you remember that playoffs because it was a long time ago, obviously. That was actually the last time before this recent dynasty that the Warriors won. But I'm going to go through and show you guys, all the teams. So here's the championship team of this year. You got Rick Barry. Most of you guys might know from 2K. You got Jamal Wilkes. Clifford Ray was a solid center on this team. Butch Beard, who I believe is an analyst now. Some of these guys might not know too well. You look at the Bulls team. They had their whole starting lineup was not bad. They had Nate Thurman, kind of an older Nate Thurman. Jerry Sloan. Some of these are familiar names from 2K. Bob Love. Obviously, Chet Walker and Norm Van Leer were pretty good as well. Nate Archibald for this Kings team. Sam Lacey, Jimmy Walker, Scott Wedman, Mike D'Antoni down here, and Rick Adelman. You got on the Sonics, you got Spencer Haywood, Downtown, Freddie Brown. Tom Burleson and Archie Clark were also pretty good on this team. The Pistons of this season, you have Bob Lanier and Dave Bing. Those are two pretty familiar names if you play 2K or if you watch the NBA back then. Curtis Rowe, Howard Porter, just to name a few other key guys on this team. Then we look at the Celtics. This was after the Bill Russell era. So they had Dave Cowens, Havlicek, JoJo White, Paul Silas, Don Nelson, Paul Westphal. The Wizards, who were the Bullets at the time, had Elvin Hayes, Wes Unseld, and Phil Chenier, along with Kevin Porter, Truck Robinson. So they were a pretty good team. His Clippers team was the Braves at the time, but they were pretty good. Bob McAdoo, Randy Smith, Jim McMillan, Gar Hurd, and as they refer to him on 2K. Ernie DiGregorio was a pretty solid point guard. He wasn't in the league too long though. And then you go over to the Rockets, Calvin Murphy, Rudy Tomjanovich. Not a whole lot of familiar names on this team. You got the Knicks with Walt Frazier, Earl Monroe, Bill Bradley, John Gianelli, I believe, and then also Phil Jackson. And then that's it. So, because in that season, 1975, there were only 10 playoff teams, and the top 3 seeds of each conference got a bye. So, the 6, 7, and 8 seed just kind of ignore. I put a bunch of filler players on there if you couldn't tell already. I just listed them EP for extra player. They shouldn't stand a chance against those teams. I mean, if they do beat them, then I don't know. I guess it definitely was not meant to be. There's no way that they should beat them. But the 4-5 matchup is a real matchup between these teams at this time. So we can simulate the current round. And the one thing I want to say as we're going through this is that actually Portland, it does suck that they lost Yusuf Nurkic the other day. I was about to make a video about the Portland Trailblazers, how I think that they could actually be a big threat to the Warriors, not because they're the most talented team in the West, but because, they have 4 front court players in Nurkic, Cantor, Myers Leonard, and Zach Collins, who could all kind of get in the heads of Draymond or Boogie or maybe even Durant. And you still got Dame and CJ, who I don't think they're gonna I don't think they would play as bad as they did last year in the playoffs. Because, I mean, last year they were being guarded by two great defenders in Holiday and Rondo. I don't think that's going to be the case if they played the Warriors, because I don't think Stephen Curry is as good of a defender as either of them. But yeah, that just sucks. I was about to make a video on that, but it's just unfortunate. I don't know. I mean, I guess anything's possible. They are NBA players, but it's just like the Warriors, man. They're just so overpowered. So let's look at this. Obviously, and also the first round is a best of 3. I forgot to mention. So the Warriors, Kings, Bulls. So all the teams won that were supposed to. The Rockets actually beat the Knicks. So Calvin Murphy and Rudy Tomjanovich beat the team with Walt Frazier, Earl Monroe. And this Pistons team with Bob Lanier and Dave Bing beat the Sonics, who had Fred Brown and I believe Spencer Haywood, if I'm correct. Yes, they had Spencer Haywood as well. So now we're in the real playoffs. So we can go on to the second round, just see how things go. Okay, and we'll take a look at this. So the Warriors, they beat the Pistons in 6. Actually, in real life, they had to play the Sonics. The Sonics won in 3. Over here, you got the Celtics beating the Rockets in 5. That actually happened. You got the Bullets, or the Wizards, beating the Braves in a 7-game series. It really was a 7-game series, but it actually turned out exact. And as for this, the Bulls and the Kings series really went to 7, or really went to 6, but it went to 7 on here. Same outcomes. You got the same exact conference finals. So let's see how this goes. Okay, and so in the finals, you got the Celtics beating the Bullets. Now in real life, the Bullets beat the Celtics in 6, but on here it appears the Celtics will win in 7. Let's see who played pretty well in Game 7. John Havlicek, 24 points. Really an all-around effort. Dave Cowens didn't play the best, but he had 15 rebounds. Elvin Hayes did his thing. Wes Unseld about a double-double. Is this Mike Riordan? Pretty good game for him. Phil Chenier, not the best game. And over here, the Bulls swept the Warriors. Now, in real life, this is the main reason I wanted to do this playoff series, because, I mean, obviously I'm a Bulls fan. So when I saw that they had lost to the Warriors in 7, I thought, dude, that would be so cool. Like, what if they actually won? Like, they could have 7 titles right now. And the Warriors would really have 5, because this is the year the Warriors won. The series really went to 7, but, I mean, the Bulls just took care of business here. Jerry Sloan, 20 points. Van Leer, double-double. Almost the same for Nate Thurmond. Rick Barry did his thing. Rick Barry, actually, you know what? No, we're going to check that at the end. Jamal Wilkes, yeah, really kind of like an average game. Not really anyone else really stepped up too much. We'll go game by game here. Game 1 going to the Celtics. Game 2, the Celtics. Game 3, the Bulls. Celtics. It looks like Celtics are going to take it, and they do. Dave Cowens, your finals MVP. Let's check the stats, actually, for the playoffs. So you got, just ignore the EPs. It's kind of crazy that someone like that averaged 25. But Bob McAdoo, 29 and 12.5, along with 3.5. Almost averaged 2 steals and 2 blocks. Bob Lanier also averaged 20 and 10. Earl Monroe, pretty solid stats. Rick Barry, John Havlicek, Nate Archibald, Dave Cowens. I wonder, yeah. So the Bulls really had kind of an all-around scoring. That's pretty crazy. So it appears on here that the Celtics will be expected to win the title. But yeah, so I mean, if anyone watching this, you like this idea, about bringing custom rosters to playoff mode. Hit up Ronnie, hit up, just 2K My Team in general on Twitter, and just suggest to bring it back, because, it's a cool mode. I like using players from the past. But, yeah, that's going to do it for me. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one.